What's up, my people? Welcome to Vertical Football. Welcome to another episode of 5 Things We Learned. Nottingham Forest new, Arsenal new. Shocking match. Yeah. Shocking match because we thought Arsenal were going to come back. Yeah. You know, even after the defeat to West Ham United. But I think it looks as if truly the race to the title for Arsenal is looking as if it's over by every game week. So I'm your host for today, Shegu, and I'm joined with your usual person, Rashford. Rashford, good to have you here.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, so let's jump right into it. 5 things we learned quickly. Number one.
So number one for me is, I think the match was full of a lot of intensity, but intensity like there was no edge. Everything was just going on, but in the goalpost, there was nothing. Yeah. There was nothing, and it was very obvious. It happened to Arsenal from the beginning. Arsenal was playing the hell out of Nottingham Forest, and Nottingham Forest was just sucking the pressure, and trying to counter on the other side, but nothing was happening in the match. Nothing actually happened. So that's my first thing is. Nothing actually happened.
So let's talk about on that point. Let me talk about the fact that we talk about the title race. Yeah, I think when we're talking about Arsenal, it's not possible for you to talk about Arsenal right now without referencing the title race.
Yeah.
We don't know the score of Liverpool.
Liverpool 2-0.
Liverpool won 2-0. Yeah. So as per when we're recording now, Liverpool has finished the match and they are 2-0, and then Arsenal 0-0. Is it over for Arsenal?
I think it is over. Jesus. We should just be very honest with ourselves. I don't think you want to catch a high-flying Liverpool. That should be... With one match ahead, we are talking about close to like 13 points.
13 points, yeah.
13 points. Arsenal in the last 3 seasons are operating from the place of their own destiny is not in their own hand.
Yeah, definitely.
Their destiny is in somebody else's hand. So he has to be dependent on what happens to that person to know if they are going to.
You have to be dependent on Liverpool dropping 13 points.
Yeah, that's Liverpool team.
This Liverpool team to drop 13 points.
I don't think they are dropping 13. But even if Liverpool, they might
even if they're going to drop points, maybe 8 points.
Maybe 8 points. But I don't even think Liverpool will drop 8 points because their next 10 matches, at least, they still have like 4.
And they started playing the big boys. They started playing the big boys.
Maybe like 4 smaller teams. And if they win those 4 smaller teams, 3 points times 6 is 18.
And Arsenal there's no assurance that Arsenal will not see drop points.
I'm telling you.
I think it's sad, even though I know sometimes we make some banter about Arsenal. But I think it's sad, and I really feel for Arsenal fans. Yeah, I feel for Arsenal fans.
This is the third season on a row.
I feel for Arsenal fans
chasing the league leaders, not even the league anymore.
It's not a nice thing. Yeah, it's not a nice thing. You know, it's just like people that are working, but there's no profit.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the way it is. But Arsenal fans they're used to it, so I believe next season they will come back fresh
and chase the title leaders again.
And when it's January or February again or March, they lose
just sink again, man.
I for one, I don't think I can withstand it as a fan. But nevertheless,
where are we going to?
Exactly.
Yeah,
where are we going to? So
number two for me is, I think in this match, to be precise, Arsenal were caught with their corner. Like they had in probably like maybe 60 something, 70 something minutes, they had 8 corners and they didn't make nothing out of it. I think the only one that was close to a goal was what's that guy that plays the left back, Tierney, or what's his name? Kieran Tierney. That just knocked the ball and it just flashed past the goal post, like by the side. I think that was the closest in all of these corners. So I think corners they are not really a weapon for Arsenal anymore. Everybody will, like when you do things in the Premier League, you get to a point where you just get caught and that's just the end of that era for you, and you just have to go and look for something else.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's the beauty of the Premier League. We've said it many times on the podcast that one of the beauty of the Premier League is the fact that you can't do something, you can't have a new idea and let it last for so
a long period of time.
People will research you. People will find out how to solve it. So maybe when you get the idea, but maybe the first few games you might be winning with it, you might be getting an edge with it. But with time, people will study, people will understand how to solve it. So I think a lot of things know how to do with Arsenal's corner right now.
So the third thing for me here is I want to put it back to Nottingham Forest now. So I've spoken about Arsenal 1 and 2, and now I think Nottingham Forest should just take the praises. Though it's a fight of the person in second and third. So it's going to be a very tough match. Nottingham Forest coming up against Arsenal and getting a draw out of the fixtures like that. I think like you have to give them the praise. They dropped points in their last 2 matches, and coming to Arsenal being the third one, everybody would think Arsenal should just beat Nottingham Forest, but they came out very, very tough. They came out tough in this match. Wow. So I think that's kudos to them. That's kudos to them, really, because that result is not a result you would have envisaged 2 years ago. You just think Arsenal should win. So for them to be third, a surprising position for them to be.
And this is a team that I remember when they came from the championship and they were buying 11, 12, 13 players. They don't say, who are these people just buying players? Now they are third, really. It's nice to see. So I think kudos to them, actually. Number 4 for me is Gabriel and Saliba. Like when we spoke about the Chelsea's match yesterday and the 5 things we learned in the Chelsea match, we spoke about having a stable center back. And you would see it. They almost made Chris Wood a ghost in that match. He was trying to be powerful. He was trying to bully, but trust me, he just could not overpower Gabriel. And sometimes Saliba stepped in and they clamped him in the middle and just made nothing out of him in that match. Like if Chris would have gotten more engaged in that match, probably they would have. Nottingham Forest should have had a goal, because you see Hudson-Odoi, Elanga was not in the match. I think they zoned him out of the match. Hudson-Odoi played more of what went on in the match. So you see him try to cut in, sometimes turning around, looking to make crosses. But with Gabriel and Saliba at that back line, there was nothing for Chris Wood in this match. I think it's really, really good what they have been able to build in terms of Gabriel and Saliba. So nice one. So finally, I think Arsenal fans should just... It's high time they come back to a reality of where they truly are. I don't think they are title contenders. Because first season there was Man City. Everybody were understanding. There was Man City. Guardiola is De Bruyne is Haaland.
Like
understand.
Second season it was still Man City, and we're like, it's still Man City. Man City can always do these things. And now this is the third season. There is no Man City anymore. So now I think the point is Arsenal are giving us the vibe of they can't stay at the top and allow others chase them. They need somebody to be looking forward to chase, to get that motivation to be up there. So that's like the vibe they are giving us these days, not like this recent season. But if they would want to win the league, I think they have to step up and take that leadership position of, we will dictate this space. Irrespective of what we go through, we will try to be our best. You cannot be dropping points in moments like this. And I think at some points they were 7 points behind Liverpool. It got to 10, 11, then we are 13 now.
13 points.
How do you want to win the league anymore? I think it's one hand of Liverpool on the league already. So I don't think Arsenal can touch this league anymore. So they need to step up. I don't know how they want to increase the mentality and just do something about you winning the league. Come up with tactics, come up with style, come up with leadership, come up with motivation, come up with something that will put you up there instead of behind the person that is always up there.
That's true. I think for me on this podcast also, I think we did some episodes where we talked about that there are 2 major rules, in my opinion, 2 major rules that makes a team win the Premier League. If you don't obey these 2 rules, you don't win the Premier League. And these 2 rules I'm saying it because I've observed the Premier League for more than 10, 12 years. The first rule is you have to constantly keep improving.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to constantly keep improving. You have to buy a player that changes your dynamic every season. that takes you to a new level
That
this season.
upgrades you.
That upgrades you.
Yeah.
I remember after Alex Ferguson, after Ronaldo left,
Yeah.
I know the likes of Valencia, Rooney were doing good, Nani was coming up, but we didn't really have that period that changed our dynamic. And I think that was one of the things that led to we losing the first Premier League that Man City won on goal difference. But see what happened the next season. Alex Ferguson brought the likes of Kagawa, brought the likes of, most importantly, Van Persie.
Van Persie, yeah.
That one signing changed the dynamics. Arsenal has broken that rule. They did not... See, it's good that it was progress when they were 2 times second behind Man City. But I felt at some point, even when you speak to their fans, and when you understand the fan base and you watch their games and everything, they overestimated themselves. They felt they've gotten there.
Yeah.
But the reality is, every window, if not every window, every summer, buy a player that changes your dynamic.
Yeah.
Man City is facing it at one point when they got to the peak because they didn't have who to buy.
Yeah, there was nobody that was going to come in and improve it.
And now they are where they are, but now they are getting some guys that can still help their level.
Yeah.
And so the reality is that Arsenal broke that first rule. And the second rule is that, I think I said it, I think we were on set that day when I said that there is one thing to win games, but what makes the champions in the Premier League is you have to win games when it matters.
Yeah, definitely.
Arsenal cannot simply win games when it
matters.
And this has been for years. You can't simply win games when it matters. And I think it doesn't... I want to boldly say this, and I know people who have been watching ball for years will agree, that I don't think there's any football team in this league in the past 10 to 15 years that have played beautiful football more than Arsenal Football Club.
I don't think so too. I think I agree to that.
There's no football club that's played beautiful football consistently more than this Arsenal football club. But the reality is,
there's nothing to show for it.
There's nothing to show for it.
There's nothing to show for it.
Exactly. So a lot to show for it. In as much as people enjoy you. I remember the Bible verse. Let me quickly just give the last part before we round up. The Bible verse that says, a poor wise man's knowledge is scorned. I'm paraphrasing now. So the reality is, a team that plays beautiful football but without trophies, your beautiful football at one point will be forgotten. What matters is the trophies. People will celebrate the Inter Milan Jose Mourinho team, celebrate the Chelsea Mourinho team, celebrate even teams that were playing compact football, low block football. They will celebrate them and remember them. We talk about the 2010 Champions League final between Bayern and Inter. 2 counter-attacks, 2 goals. Diego Milito. We still remember it. But the reality is, it seems as if the past 10 years of Arsenal Football Club, there's nothing to write on me about because there's no trophy to write down. So guys, Rashford, it's nice having you on the show. Really a good analysis. So guys, thank you very much for sticking with us. As usual, we know we'll bring it to you as it is. This is the 5 things we learned. Nottingham Forest new, Arsenal new. The title race is slipping day by day from the grasp of Arsenal. We hope that maybe Liverpool can help Arsenal to get some hope back. Yeah, definitely. But whichever way. Thank you for sticking with us. Please don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. See you next time. Bye. Bye.